We are at Brown Thomas, Dublin today for the launch of Jack, a new unisex fragrance by Richard E. Grant. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much for speaking to me.
So we're literally stopping to smell the roses today.
Yeah.
Tell us about Jack.
Okay, Jack is a brand that I created and invented a year ago because I have a lifelong obsession with smelling and sniffing everything. So I tried when I was 11 3/4. I fell madly in love with somebody called Betsy Clapp in Swaziland, where I grew up, and I didn't have enough pocket money to buy perfume. So I tried to make my own out of rose and gardenia petals from my parents' garden, which infuriated them. I boiled it in sugar water, buried it in the jam jars, underground for 2 weeks, and of course, just turned into stink bombs. So fast forward 4.5 decades, longer than both of you have lived, and I was on holiday, and the handbag designer Anya Heinmarsh, who sells here, saw me smelling everything in sight, and she said, "Are you going to do something about that?" And I said, "What, psychiatrically?" And she said, "No, make a perfume." And I said, "It's been my secret dream for all these years."
Is unisex something that you wanted to do anyway, or is that because Liberty were specifically looking for a unisex fragrance?
No, that's what I am very determined to have, because I was a teenager in the 1970s during the women's liberation movement, and people were burning their bras, and everything was unisex. David Bowie, glam rock, Elton John were the big hitters at that time. So the idea of something being masculine or feminine seemed so old-fashioned and Jurassic that I thought, I'm a man of that time. So I wanted it to be unisex.
When are we going to see you on screen again? Because obviously this is a big journey, but we know you best from on-screen experience.
I'm filming a 10-part series of Jekyll and Hyde at the moment in London, playing the head of the Secret Service, which I think will come out later in the autumn. In
the Her.ie offices, knowing that we were coming to meet you, we started chatting about your various roles, and I suppose most people would think of Whitney and I immediately as the iconic one. There is an argument to be made for Spice World, or that I would say that. Yes. How was that experience? That's a classic of our time, I feel.
Spice World.
Yes.
Okay. My daughter was 8 years old when I was offered this part, and it was in the era of answer machines. You can way remember that your grandparents had those things.
I like how often you're referring to me being young.
Well,
this is a good strategy.
You're half my age, so you're very, very young. You can double your age and you'll be mine. You double mine and boxed and gone. And she saw written down, "Spice World manager offer, please call agent." And so she said to me, "If you get offered Disney movies for the rest of your life, I don't care, but you have to be in the Spice World movie." So I did, and they were, all of them, so generous and so embracing and accommodating of her and her friends, because they used to come and visit the set. So for 2 terms I had very high status in the kids' playground for working with the Spice Girls, and I loved them. They were hilarious. They couldn't believe what had happened to them, how lucky they'd been. So they're very down to earth and very, very funny, including Victoria Beckham, which, when you see her never smiling, the public persona that she has now is of somebody totally at odds with who she really is or was when I knew her. She was funny.
Which Spice Girl smells the best?
Do you think that I could honestly tell you that without having
feel
a
like it's something
boot
that
up
should
my backside?
It's important information. I feel like the world should know. Obviously Victoria's done the fragrance thing as well, very successfully.
But back then, they I think they sprayed each other with so much scent between them that trying to identify which was which, I couldn't do. So I can't give you an honest answer to that.
You're going to be on the Late Late Show tonight,
I am.
and obviously that is an Irish institution. The entire country watches it. We would like, if possible, to set you a small task.
Yes.
To get a code word in there at some point during your interview tonight. Okay. So we would like you to say peanuts.
Peanuts?
Yes.
Okay. So could I say to Tubbs, "Are you allergic to peanuts?"
You can, and that would be perfect.
Okay.
Is this a challenge accepted?
This is a challenge that is done deal.
I am so excited about this.
Okay.
I'm also very excited about your fragrance, but I'm really, really excited about that. Richard, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys, you're kind of inseparable in the green room earlier on. You've got a real genuine friendship or warmth of bond.
We do indeed.
Is that fair to say?
It is. And are we allowed to say why?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. I have to ask you a question first.
Oh, good Lord.
Are you allergic to the peanut?
No, I can eat as many.
Okay.